That investigation is now complete. The central findings of the investigation are that the man whose voice is heard on the recording and on a second recording from the same conversation that was released on Sunday, accordingly, effective immediately, I am banning.
Effective immediately, I am banning. That's all it took. One sentence. And just like that, Brittney Griner, one of the most recognizable names in the WNBA, was gone. Not suspended, not fined, banned. For life, Adam Silver dropped the MIC in the most explosive press conference we've seen in years. Fans were stunned, asking, what the hell just happened? Did Griner rig games? Was she pulling strings with refs? Or is this something deeper, something the league doesn't want you to know? Because the more you dig, the messier it gets. Scandal, audio leaks, secret testimonies, even whispers about her identity. Buckle up, we're breaking it all down. Here's how it started. Adam Silver walks into an emergency press conference and drops a bomb. Effective immediately, Brittney Griner is banned from the WNBA for life. No build-up, no warm-up, just straight fire. You could hear jaws hitting the floor. This wasn't just any player. Griner was the face of the league for years. Olympic gold medals, All-Star games, and international buzz. A two-time champ, a dunking, shot-blocking icon who put women's basketball on highlight reels around the world. Nike campaigns, Team USA, basketball camps for kids. She was everywhere, and now, she's erased. No farewell tour, no warning, just blacklisted. Silver didn't flinch. He said the league had completed a deep internal investigation, and what they uncovered was too big to ignore. Multiple rule violations, off-court controversies, and, worst of all, possible involvement in a corruption scandal. His words cut sharp. There is no place in basketball for actions that compromise the integrity of the game. So what exactly did they find? What went so wrong that the league had no choice but to drop the harshest punishment possible? This wasn't just one mistake. It was a mountain of red flags finally collapsing, and the whispers. They'd been around for a while. Locker room drama, clashes with refs, tension with teammates. One incident here, another there. And slowly, the stack grew taller and taller until it came crashing down. From poster child to pariah, how did it all unravel? Let's dig deeper, skipping team protocols, questionable off-court behavior. Suddenly, people in the league weren't so quiet anymore. But here's the thing, the WNBA looked the other way. Why? Because Brittney Griner brought eyeballs. She sold tickets. She filled arenas until she didn't. Once the headlines got too loud, Adam Silver cut the cord. Just like that, the league turned the page on one of its biggest stars. Crazy, right? Well, buckle up, because this isn't just drama. This is full-on corruption. According to league insiders, Griner was allegedly connected to efforts that tampered with actual games. Yeah, rigging matchups, influencing refs, swinging momentum when it mattered most. How? Turns out she had way more pull behind the scenes than anyone realized. The whispers about her talking to refs or setting the tone in the locker room were just the surface. When playoff races started looking a little too scripted, the red flags went from whispers to sirens. That's when Silver stepped in with investigators, and it all came crashing down. Officials suspended, executives fired, and Brittney's name reportedly everywhere. Texts, emails, recordings. This wasn't ego. This was control. You mess with competition, you mess with the whole league. And Silver wasn't letting that slide. But here's the real question. Should a single player ever have that kind of influence? Because if even half of this is true, it changes everything we thought we knew about the WNBA's integrity, and it gets worse. Where was Commissioner Kathy Engelbert? Her job was to keep the league clean, right? Instead, she's neck deep in the fallout. Insiders claim Engelbert knew long before Silver acted. Warnings, emails, quiet complaints from players, and what did she do? Nothing. Some say she wanted to protect the WNBA's image. Others say she was scared to go up against Griner. Either way, her silence poured gasoline on the fire. Now she's under internal review. Fans are calling for her resignation. And Silver's office? They've taken over discipline completely. That's how bad it got. Because this isn't just about one star going rogue. This is about a system that let it happen. A commissioner choosing PR over accountability. And when that happens, you get chaos. And now the league is scrambling to clean up a mess it helped create. Truth is, this whole thing might have stayed buried if not for a few brave players who finally said enough. Names started surfacing. Big names. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham. Not role players, future leaders of the W. They reportedly gave closed-door testimonies to investigators. And what did they reveal? Straight up shocking. They described games where refs looked off. Calls that swung momentum out of nowhere. Moments where Griner's team got lucky breaks that felt way too convenient. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just vibes. They had receipts. Word is, officials played actual audio clips in those sessions. One allegedly captured Griner talking to refs about pressure points and matchups. That means she wasn't just trash talking. She was strategizing off the court. Once Clark and Cunningham pointed fingers, the league couldn't protect her anymore. That's what forced Adam Silver's hand. But let's keep it real. If those two had stayed quiet, would this ban ever have happened? Or would the league still be covering for its star? That's the scariest question of all. And you really thought Griner would stay silent? Not a chance. The second that ban hit the wires, her camp went into war mode. Lawyers, PR teams, media contacts, a full-blown defense. Insiders say they are prepping an appeal and swinging hard. They are calling the ban unjustified, excessive, and politically motivated. They're even threatening to drag this into court, demanding every shred of evidence, including those secret recordings. And here's the wild twist. Griner's lawyers are spinning this as a cover-up. They claim she's just a distraction, a sacrificial lamb while the league hides bigger scandals. According to her camp, she was targeted because she challenged leadership, because she was too powerful, and because she wouldn't play by their rules, true or not. One thing's clear. This doesn't end with a press conference. This is headed for a very public war. And if it goes to trial, a whole lot more dirt could spill out. So now we've got to ask, is Brittney Griner being framed to shield bigger names? Or is this simply the last act of a star who finally got caught? And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, here comes the gender bombshell. Yeah, it's controversial. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. But the whispers that have circulated for years are suddenly front and center. Is Brittney Griner biologically male? We're not here to play doctor. But insiders claim there are documents, medical records, internal memos that suggest the WNBA may have known and kept it under wraps. But if that's true, then this isn't just a scandal. It's the biggest deception in women's sports history. Why? Because Brittney Griner wasn't just a player. She was the WNBA's brand. She dumped. She dominated. She sold tickets. And if that image ever cracked, the league risked collapsing under its own hype. But now, with her ban, everything's spilling out. Some insiders say this isn't just about rigged games. It's about hiding something bigger. If the league really did cover it up, that's not just a scandal. That's a potential Title IX violation and a full-blown betrayal of competitive fairness. So the real question is this: was the ban about integrity? Or was it about keeping the league's deepest secrets from exploding in public? We don't have the full truth yet. But just asking that question has already shaken the foundation. Sponsors are nervous. TV networks are second-guessing deals. Fans don't know who or what to believe. Because when your most recognizable star gets banned for corruption and rumors about secret gender identities go mainstream, you lose control of the narrative. And that's exactly what's happening to the WNBA. Rookies like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese entered the league ready to spark a golden era. But instead of a fresh start, they are stuck inside what feels less like a sport and more like a soap opera. And what about the next wave of talent? What parent wants to send their daughter into a league clouded by chaos, cover-ups, and corruption? So here we are, a legend banned, a league shaken, a truth that still feels hidden in the shadows. This was supposed to be the WNBA's moment, packed arenas, record ratings, rising stars. Instead, we've got uncertainty, scandal, and the possibility of something far bigger beneath the surface. Now the world is watching. What will Adam Silver do next? Will more players be exposed? Will Brittney Griner fight back and blow the doors wide open? And what about the players who spoke up? Are they safe from retaliation, or just the next target? One thing's for sure. This story is far from over. So we'll keep asking the questions they won't. Now it's your time. Was the ban justified? Is the leak telling the truth? Or is this just the tip of a massive cover-up? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want the truth, not the PR spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because trust me, this is only the beginning.